Good afternoon and welcome to Laurel High School in Los Alamitos. We're here for Los Al TV Game of the Week today. It's CIF Boys Division I playoff action. The Griffins taking on the Buena Bulldogs. Larry Strother here with former Griffin coach Trey Charlin. Welcome to the game, Trey.
Thank you, Larry. It's a great afternoon for a little bit of soccer here. It's going to be a fun match.
Been a long while since you been on this field. Had some good success here in the days when you led the Los Al Griffins to their last CIF championship. What, 2002, right?
Yeah, 2002, almost 10 years ago. We started out our run here on this field for the CIF championship that year.
Griffins starting out there, the champions of the Sunset League. Buena finished in third place. Bulldogs, the two teams met earlier in the year. They played in the Torrance tournament.
Yeah, they met in the South Torrance tournament where Buena went up early on them 2-0, and LAHS was able to battle back in the last 10 minutes and draw 2 goals back and went into PKs. Or they eventually lost in PKs, but it was a tight and very inspirational game for LAHS that day.
Nice sunny day, but a lot of wind out here and coming from strange directions from what we normally see here.
Yeah, it's coming from the side and it keeps changing a little bit, so we'll see if it's going to be a factor, especially with crosses coming in.
Like that one.
Like that one we just saw.
Sent in there by number 13. That was Pungrad. You have the roster over there for them?
I do not. I just have this roster here for them.
That's the only one on Max Reps. No first names on it. I love it when they do that.
LAHS looking to get an early start with Ozzy. If Ozzy can get going and find some space in behind Buena, it's going to be difficult for them. So he's starting to look to get involved in the game early today.
Ozzy Inez, number 11 for the Griffins, is their leading scorer. Key player on their team. Offense revolves around him a lot.
Yeah, offense revolves around him a lot, and also Evan Bacanti up front too. With his speed and pace, he's difficult to deal with. So it's going to be tough for the Buena back four today.
Griffins have 11 seniors on this team. One of them right now is Zach Way, center back. One of the two center backs who've been really strong for the Griffins this year. He's throwing to the other center back, DJ Weiss, who heads it forward.
It's cleared away by the defender on the line there. Otherwise, LAHS would have found their early goal there.
Buena with the counter. Misplay there over to freshman Aaron Rudick. Back to his brother Sam. Ahead to Yanez. Very good patience there. Rudick goes through.
Good confidence by Aaron as a freshman. It's a tough game to come in CIF as a true freshman and play, but thankfully he's got his brother always behind him talking to him and keeping him going.
Real steady, stable presence back there, Sam Rudick. Never seems to be in a hurry or in a rush.
Buena's going to look to keep the ball on the floor and knock it around a little bit too. So, you know, both teams like to keep possession of the ball and go forward with that possession. So it should be fairly even. LAHS keeping possession, keeping it moving around calmly.
You see bars there at the top of the screen. Having a little problem with our high camera.
It seems like both Buena and LAHS at this point are trying to kind of feel each other out a little bit and see where they got. Here's Evan using his speed to get in.
Foul called. It's going to be a free kick for Los Alamitos here.
Looking for the quick restart, unable to take it, so they're going to set up and see if they can get their big boy DJ up forward and find him in the box.
You had a chance to talk to Coach Donovan Martinez before the game. Give you any keys to what they're trying to do today?
Yeah, he's looking to keep possession and use his system of a 4-3-2-1 to find space in behind. Ooh, dangerous ball in. Trying to find some space in and get really Evan Bacanti and Ozzy involved early in the game.
That was DJ Weiss who almost got his head on that ball and punched away by the Buena keeper.
And Donovan's very confident with his back four. He's feeling that they're playing really well the last 5 games, you know, drawing 5 wins and securing the Sunset League Championship. They're playing with tremendous confidence right now. He feels they're kind of peaking at the right time, especially in the back.
Yanez tried to get the ball down to get a shot off, couldn't do it.
A little frantic at the point. Buena's trying to clear the ball.
It's like an AYSO scrum.
Oh, Ozzy's offsides.
I mentioned AYSO scrum. They're one of the co-sponsors of our game today. Region 159, John Herron and all the crew. One of the top programs in Southern California.
Yeah, most of these guys on the field today started out one way or another in AYSO 159. So, I know many of them have been involved in helping out and coaching some of the teams too in the fall.
Aaron Rudick, Boots is trying to follow up on Yanez.
Ozzy's looking to go 1v1 with the defenders. Got him in the corner here.
Sends a nice cross to Rudick. Couldn't get his leg on it.
Buena's looking to counter early, but LAHS got numbers back, so it's going to be difficult to find space.
Leading scorer for Buena. Good defense there. DJ Weiss. There's Evan Vicani. Couldn't quite get the bounce, catch it in stride.
Our referee crew today is Jimmy Summers is running the center, and you got Ken Barrett out on the side and Ken Barkley out on the other side. So CIF has sent out a solid referee crew today.
So which one is on our side?
We have Ken Barrett on our side.
Okay, you'll be seeing a lot of his back in the game today. Vicani sends it across. Yanez couldn't quite get to it. Beyond the inline.
Right now, LaSalle seems to be having the better of the chances, keeping more of the possession in the Buena half, trying to put the early pressure on them. It's a combination you're going to be seeing a lot of today between brother Sam and brother Aaron.
Vicani on the left wing.
Looking to get in behind, well defended.
Being guarded there by Denoche, senior from Buena. Lamas. Cabrera sends it forward. Cleared away by Weiss. Volleyed forward by that's. And number 14, who we don't have. Rudick has it forward. Good step in there by Weiss.
Yeah, DJ's playing solid today, cutting off most of those balls coming across the middle.
One of the LaSalle's strengths is that Weiss, and especially with Weiss and Way back there, they're always well organized.
Well organized. You got a good combination between speed and size. Very difficult to deal with. Zach coming forward to take a long throw and try and get it back into the box to DJ.
Wade's got one of the longer throw-ins you'll see in high school soccer.
Trying to clear the sidelines, a little space for himself there.
Ernie Villarreal giving up his space. He's the Griffins statistician, a parent on the team, longtime AYSO coach. Weiss flicks it forward. There's Vicani, he flicks it forward. Ozzy, Luis Manzano, the ball's still loose. A lot of activity there, and the foul's going to be called on Aaron Rudick.
And referee protecting the goalkeeper a little bit there. It was a little bit of a free ball, but being safe. Protect the goalkeepers at all time when you can, especially when he's jumping into a foot. LaSalle continuing to put high pressure on Buena. See if they can't get an early goal.
Kloss clears that one away. Junior defender.
Aaron showing good composure for a freshman there.
Quick restart. Rudick back to Kloss, sends it up to Ozzy. Well defended there by Buena.
Buena is marking both Ozzy and Evan very tightly today. I think they know what they're capable of and what they're going to do. They're going to try and make early contact with them so they cannot get in behind or face him 1v1.
Ozzy gets around Cabrera. DJ Weiss steps forward. Keeps going up the center.
Just unable to control that touch at the top of the box there by Ozzy.
Manzano to Aaron Rudick. Kind of can't control it.
No, the system that Coach Donovan's put on the field today is difficult for teams to kind of decipher and deal with because players are constantly changing and they can adjust that system to either go more attacking or more defensive, and it's hard to pick up where players are going to show up.
Sam Rudick switches the side field back to Jeremy Kloss. A little confusion back there. Bacani slices through, gets around. Good pressure by Busa.
Steps in and wins a solid ball there.
Kloss.
Awesome, another good tackle.
Foul is going to be called against Weiss. Warning is going to go against Weiss.
I think he's going to get a talking to here. He knows this game can get physical early, so he wants to make sure the referee that he keeps the game under control. No need to hand out early cards. Just talk to players and get them calmed down.
The AR having a few words. Mr. Barkey having a few words with Jimmy Summers, center rep.
Okay, seeing a few little things going on off the ball. Just wants to make the center aware of.
Ball hits the ground. Weiss gets it out of there. Luis Manzano tries to go forward to Bacani. Good pressure there, though, by Buena.
Game's starting to settle in a little bit now. Both teams are kind of getting little nerves knocked out and starting to play the ball around a little more. LaSalle's doing a good job at backing each other up. If a player gets beat, their second player stepping in right behind him.
Kind of a tone, scoops up the shot.
It's his only second touch of the game. So nice to get him involved a little bit, keep himself focused.
Patone is a senior. Let's see if his experience plays a factor in the game, as Buena has a freshman in the goal. As good as you can be, it's always different when you get to the CIF, the playoffs.
No, for sure, and having that experience is, especially in the goalkeeper position where you need to remain calm all the time. It's tremendous.
And the LaSalle fans, always a good-sized crowd, for high school soccer. A lot of schools aren't used to this crowd.
The community always supports the programs here, all the sports programs really well. My years here, we got tremendous support and really enjoyed Watching a lot of these kids, they're playing now. We're little youngsters on the sideline watching that game.
One of the guys you coached in that last CIF team, Johnny Bornstein's gone on to play for the U.S. national team, now playing down in Mexico.
Yeah, well, see if Johnny's coming back. I know Chivas just bought his rights the other day from Portland. Yeah, they traded away for his rights, so it's an interesting move for Chivas to trade away for a player's rights for a player. So we'll be interested to see if Johnny's going to come back and play back in California.
Corey Yukihiro heads it down against the Buena player. AR said it was a low-side ball, but the referee says no, it's a Buena ball. Center ref usually wins.
Yeah, center ref gets the final call. Buena serving another long ball in. Ooh, just wide. Little miscommunication, rare miscommunication in the back between DJ and Connor. Luckily for them, Buena player played just wide. Last few minutes, Buena's starting to have a little bit more possession of the ball there. They're starting to get a little of the on-road nerves worked out and get comfortable. So
always a dangerous sign too, because the other team, even though you're third-place team and Buena doesn't have a great record, get comfortable. You say to yourself, you know, we can play with these guys.
No, absolutely. The longer this game goes on without LAHS scoring, the more confidence Buena's going to gain.
They're 8-12-1 overall. Klaus gets it up in the air, a little too high. Cabrera, excuse me, that's not Cabrera. Pengrad sends it forward, Weiss volleys it back, right to the center. Alonso. Got back by Manzano. Dumps it to Corey Yukihiro. Ahead to Ozzy. Does he have an angle? Nice hard shot.
Hard shot, but easy for the goalkeeper to deal with.
That's Matt, freshman goalkeeper. Handled himself well right there. Forward to Connie, who's super quick, and he outrun him. Yes, he's got the inside track here.
Oh, he went to go high. If he'd have laid that far down, maybe a little done, but gave the keeper a chance to make a save there, but kind of stubbed his toe on that one. He hurt his ankle a little bit.
He's stretching like it's a cramp. Well, not quite.
I think he caught his toe there a little bit going by the defender.
There's a foul, but that player makes it look a little worse than it was.
And I think DJ is going to get a card on this one. He's already been talked to once. Yes, there it is, the referee. Jimmy pulls out the card.
Brett Hall, the sophomore forward, is going to check in. Wise over there checking on the health of the Buena player.
Yeah, he's a hard and strong player, but he's not a dirty player, not known for that, so generally concerned. But having an early card like that's going to be tough for him.
The LaSalle trainers out there. Larry Hansen, he and his brother John. Some of the best trainers in high school sports around. They also coach the sports medicine class at Los Alamitos and Cypress High School, ROP.
He's up and moving, but obviously still feeling a little bit from that knock from DJ. Got Brett Hall and John Henry Heron coming in the game for LaSalle. Gonna tend to Evan a little bit on the sideline and check on his foot. Buena serving the ball in.
Alonso. Zach Way. Fatone punches it out to Ozzy Inez.
Connor Fatone coming out confident, punching the ball clear. LaSalle's on the counter.
It's John Heron. Fresh legs off the bench.
Another local AYSO 159 product.
His dad's the president of the league right now. John's been around that league for a long, long time coaching for his younger daughter, Colleen. Actually not younger, she's older than John.
Yeah, no, John Henry's been involved in coaching this last season as well.
White's getting ready to check back on the field.
John Henry making way for him to come back onto the field. Got his couple touches.
See if it's one of those games where the player's going to have to come all the way off the field before the other one can go on.
It's always tough as a player in that situation to come on the field for a few minutes when you know you're just filling the hole for a player who's got a card or injured and is probably coming back on.
Sam Rudick, good dispossession there. Picked up by his brother. Wide to Yanez.
Nice simple ball into Ozzy's feet.
Aaron Rudick making the run.
Space. He's going to clear out, let Ozzy go one-on-one on the line. Seconds going to go out for a corner. LaSalle almost got a goal on their first corner of the match. Now the second quarter of the match, let's see if they can try and produce the same.
DJ Wise moving forward. Busa, Luis Manzano. Sophomore Brett Hall is right by the keeper. Keep him occupied. Sent across by Way, headed out. Going to be a throw-in by Way, which is almost the same as a corner kick, the way he throws it.
Yeah, Zach needs to get that corner out a little bit more towards the top of the six and away from their line on the goal line there.
It's in front again.
Ooh.
Aaron Rudick. A little more height than that one than he wanted.
Yeah. Got a little pressure from the defender stepping in. He mishit that ball.
Probably fortunate for Anthony Busa. He did, because Busa was right there and directly in the path of a shot. He was trying to duck below it. Busa gets in the air. Rudick.
Game continuing to settle down. Both teams starting to get a few more opportunities.
Alonso sends it forward. Wise clears it away.
Interesting tactic on Buena's part to keep serving long balls in, especially with DJ's height and Connor's confidence coming out on those. LaSalle getting a second card to Anthony Busa. Hopefully this won't become a problem for LaSalle in the second half with 2 players sitting on a yellow card.
Charlie Ross, the sophomore forward, getting ready to check in.
Charlie Ross, son of John Ross, who played at LaSalle back in the day.
That'd be one of the earliest teams then, huh?
Yeah, back in the
90s?
Early 90s. Oh, ball off the post. That little flick on made the far post. Got past goalkeeper Connor Fatone.
Was that cleared away by Yukihiro? I couldn't quite tell.
Yeah, it cleared away off the line there by Yukihiro. He's been solid for them in the back all year long as well.
Brett Hall trying to put the pressure on up front.
One of the better opportunities of the game so far has come from Buena.
By far their best opportunity right there.
Yeah, by far their best opportunity for sure. Ball already out. Come on up for a LaSalle throw-in.
Coach Martinez wants a throw in here. Gonna bring Bakani back in the game along with John Herron. And Busa. Charlie Ross coming off and Luis Mazzano.
Luis has been in the whole half, but he's been kind of quiet. He hasn't had much involvement in the game.
Senior midfielder. 11 seniors on this year's team for Los Alamitos. More than your usual number on a high school team.
Yeah, my first year at LaSalle had 19 seniors.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
The banquet must have taken 5 hours.
It was a long banquet.
Off of Yanez, going to be a goal kick. How do you say anything without getting repetitive?
Again, we're going to be calling quite a few of the LaSalle names consistently today. They've been such an integral part for Coach Donovan and their success in the Sunset League Championship.
Wynn picked up that ball. Both players misjudged it. The length. Really good pressure on. Ball's going to go out of bounds. The wind coming from east to west here. Really unusual. Normally it's out of the southwest. Alonso, good timing there. Weiss back to Fatone. Been a solid keeper for the Griffins this year. Back way being held. Referee makes the call. Martinez had a good hold on him. Bacani down the left side. Makes a move. Can he get there first?
Wow, well defended by Buena.
That's DeNoche. Really calm back there. Buena defense has been very calm and poised.
They have been. I mean, you got 2 solid players in Bacani and Ozzy running at you and knowing what they're capable of. Donovan switched it up a little bit. He's going to go a little more attacking now. He's pushing one more up high. He's looking to get a goal late in the first half here. See if he can go into halftime 1-0 up.
Bacani to Rudick. Rudick's trying to get by him.
Aaron finding space in behind.
Buena recovered nicely on that one. Trying to counter. Yukihiro goes forward. Good pressure here. making a run up the left side. Tries to go
Good
forward.
Ball in. Buena's putting themselves in trouble by playing that ball straight up in the air. Good tackle. LaSalle's doing a great job of getting numbers back behind the ball. Anytime a ball served in, they're doing, most of the players are tracking back and picking up the players they need to.
Buena gonna have a throw in here. Weiss heads it away to Yanez. Sent forward by Kloss. Hall tried to shield off. Good play though by Buena again. Busa ahead. Yanez by himself. On the wing. One-on-one.
Good cut. Stay on his feet. Get in behind. Ooh, could have been a handball.
Busa couldn't get around on it. Nice display of skills there by Ozzy Yanez.
Yeah, Buena dodged a little bit of one there. It could have been a handball. I think it was more incidental contact, so good call by the referee. But
you're familiar with that CIF championship game?
Yeah.
One shot by Woodbridge.
Yeah,
they still swear that was a handball on Eric Smith.
Yeah, I had a long conversation with the player, Eric Ebert, who took that shot, and he still to this day complains that that was a handball. But if you watch the video, it clearly wasn't.
Sam Rudick.
Sam finding space, running one-on-one, finding in behind. Can he get the touch? Oh.
Nice play there by Sam Rudick, splitting the defense. Going to get a corner kick for Los Alamitos.
Yeah, Buena wasn't expecting him to put his head down and run with the ball. Normally he's looking to connect. He put his head down and ran at him. They weren't quite ready for that. Great play by the freshman goalkeeper.
He's answered a few challenges today.
He has. They have tested him early, and he's come up strong. So as this game progresses, he's going to gain more and more confidence.
Zach Way with a kick.
A little miscommunication there. Could have been dangerous. LaSalle throwing. Well, Ozzy checking in, wanted the ball early. Busa's got to be careful. Sitting on that yellow card already.
That's a little ticky-tack compared to some other stuff out there, but I think Buena's doing a little bit of acting on a lot of the calls.
Yeah, there's been some questionable diving going on and embellishing of the.
Well, the Academy Awards are coming up. You know, you gotta get in the spirit of the thing. Forward to Yanez. Nice move. He takes a shot. Didn't get a lot on it, but you never know with the ground right there in front of the goal. Gets beat up by this time of the year.
No. Coach Donovan continuing to put a lot of confidence in Ozzy and let him run one-on-one. As you can see, other players kind of clear out when he gets the ball at his feet, allowing him space to run at players and see what he can create.
Again, the wind causing a few problems there for LaSalle. Carries farther. Now it's coming from like out of the northeast and going to the southwest. Excuse me, out of the southeast going to the northwest, I'm sorry. Not that it matters to you at home, you can't feel it.
Yeah, but wind can definitely be a big factor in games like this.
Weiss heads it forward. There's Brett Hall to Yanez. Can the Griffins counter here? They got even numbers.
It's onside. Brett looking to serve it in early. Ooh.
Rudick goes forward. Back. Kloss. To Aaron Rudick.
Aaron skips in behind him. Lays the ball hard across. Ooh. Brett
Hall, sophomore, puts the Griffins on board late in the first half.
Looks like Coach Donovan's effort to push players forward and put a little more pressure on that Buena defense has worked out for him.
Donovan very happy over here on the sidelines, giving 5 parents and coaches alike. Nice play by Aaron Rudick getting around there, getting around the corner.
Yeah, serving the ball in. Evan kind of hit the shot and it caught Brett Hull in the chest, but he was able to control and turn and hit it. Evan coming off the field again. He seems to be still hurting a little bit from that knock he took earlier in the game.
Going to be replaced by number 28, John Herron. And also coming on, giving Ozzie Yanez a break, Kevin Herring, freshman defender.
I'm going to push Kevin into the midfield. He can be a real disruptive type player. He's kind of deceitful for how skinny he is, but
you don't get a lot of freshmen. I mean, it happens, but you don't get a lot of freshmen on the boys' side. More so on the girls.
Yeah, no, he's a solid young player, and he's had a lot of confidence as well. I know him and Aaron played together quite a bit as they were growing up, and both players I've had the pleasure of working with several times over at Def Touch.
Most of these players have come by and worked with you at one time or another, right?
Yeah.
Teams have practiced there as well.
Yeah, Donovan's run a lot of programs out of there, and a lot of these guys have come in and either play in our pickup games or been involved in our trainings, and we've had the opportunity to work with many of them.
Def Touch Soccer. Catalina and Kyle in Los Alamitos right behind the Med Center. There's the ball sent across. Wynn got it, sends it out of bounds. Beyond the goal line. It's going to be a goal kick.
Coach Donovan would like to get one more here before the end of the first half.
Manzano's going to check back in. Round of applause for the sophomore, Brett Hall, who's put Los Alamitos ahead, 1-0 right now.
And we had sophomore Ryan Gay, the year we won CIF, be the hero in
That's right.
the CIF game, scoring the game-winning goal.
Went on to play Cal State Bakersfield. Nice control there by Aaron Rudick. Buse is coming behind him. They got 4 players down there. He goes across.
Another dangerous ball across. Oh,
Kevin Herring.
Kevin Herring forces it in the goal.
Underclassman is helping the seniors out today. Good hustle there by the freshman, Kevin Herring. Nice cross too.
Looks like great substitution by Coach Donovan to bring in some younger, fresh legs and keep running at that. Buena has been dealing with Evan and Ozzie the whole half.
It tires you out if nothing else too, just doing that.
It does for sure.
They go out of the game, you relax just a bit, thinking you got a chance to take a break, and then the younger generation runs at you. Herring trying to do a misplay there. Herring almost sliced through to get that one.
The Buena back 4 who had been solid most of the game are looking a little shaky at the moment.
They're talking to each other right now like, what the heck is going on? Michael DiMatteo is going to check in. Very animated, Michael DiMatteo.
Yes, the whole family is animated. Very well-known family in the Los Alamitos community. A lot of the DiMatteo brothers have come through Los Al.
Played soccer here. Nina has coached many of those players over the years. AYSO. The mom?
Yes.
Michael scores a goal. You never know what celebration he'll have.
Yeah, he comes and plays quite a bit at our pickup games at
Nice move
Touch.
by Herring there. Up, poked away.
Even when he scores there, he has very animated goal-scoring celebrations.
LaSalle trying to add a third here. Wade's running down, do the throw in. Aaron Rudick's coming off.
Aaron getting a much-needed rest. He's done a lot of work in the first half.
Charlie Ross checking back in. Freshman comes out. The experienced sophomore checks in. Griffin's graduating a lot, but they have a lot of talent coming back next year.
They do. Graduating some key players, but they've got a lot of young players in some key positions that they're playing with.
Mazzano back to Way. Way sends it across. Nice play there by Matt. It's going to be another throw in for LaSalle. Klaus forward to Heron. Couldn't quite get it, goes beyond the end line. Touch line, it's going to be a goal kick. I'll get the line right one of these times. Either way, it's out of play.
Buena continuing to try and keep possession of the ball and keep it moving on the floor rather than going a little frantic and pushing it forward. So sticking with their game plan. See if they can battle themselves back into this game. Remember, earlier in the year, they both met, and Buena was up 2-0 in the first half.
LaSalle came back to tie that one, only to lose in PKs. And after the match, that was at the South Lawrence tournament. Game got a little chippy towards the end, and I think both teams looking forward to this game today. Like to get a little revenge.
Yeah, I know both teams were excited to meet up each other at this stage. Especially, as you said, having a game early in the year that was spirited.
You're always so calm, Trey, so spirited. What does that really mean in your vernacular?
In the soccer coaching world, that means getting a little out of hand.
Field's not in bad shape for Laurel. Not as good as when you were here. When you used to have it, you had guys seating it all the time.
Yeah, that was our off-season program, and getting service hours for the students would be bring them over here and try and get this field in better shape.
And it was in great shape around that time. Ooh. Oh, Heron.
John Heron should have done a little bit better at that far in behind. He's a little frustrated with himself.
Good timing, though, on the ball. Just got a little under it.
Yeah, there's Buena defense is spending so much energy on Mark and DJ in those set-piece situations that other players are finding space in. Unmarked there, John, at the top of the 6.
Matt sends it forward. Rudick controls it. Mateo, Di Matteo forward.
John showing his speed.
Alonso's generally pretty solid in the back there for Buena. Here's Mazzano, chips it forward. Heron's way offside. Didn't even make an attempt for it. Therefore, the linesman, or the assistant referee now, didn't call the offsides.
Yeah, the referee crew hasn't really had much to do today other than the 2 yellow cards and the 2 goals.
A few judging some acting jobs, but and a couple legitimate fouls.
Yeah, well, every time the whistle blows from the referee, it's always a good call on one side and a bad call on the other.
Jeff Weiss, brother of Daniel Weiss, checks in. He's a junior. So he gets in the game, but he doesn't get any action as the referee blows the whistle, indicating the end of the first half. Summation on your part, Trey.
That was a good first half for LaSalle. I think they did what they wanted to do, and they were able to put their mark on the game and settle and keep pressure going. Ozzie was working hard to find his space in behind and continue to pressure the back four, and I think that pressure is finally what gave LaSalle the chances to get the goals they did.
Yeah, even if he doesn't get goals out of his, he's putting a lot of pressure. Their legs are getting tired on the part of the defenders too.
Yeah, and they're always having to double team him and step out and pressure him, and he continues to find space like that. It's going to be difficult for them.
Second half, what's one of the keys for LaSalle?
Obviously, don't go into the half too confident. Still a lot of game left to be played. One little game could change everything, so they need to continue to put the pressure on. Don't let off yet, but play smart and simple in the back.
All right, well, we'll find out if they can do that when we come back right now. We're going to go to halftime. Los Alamitos leads Buena 2-0. LATV Game of the Week, first round of CIF Southern Section Boys Division I Soccer.
Quit playing around and clean out the garage.
Quit playing around, huh? I'll show her. Let's go, Joe.
Clean out your garage and sell Play It Again Sports, your gently used sports and fitness gear.
We are back at Los Alamitos, Laurel High School, where the Griffins have a 2-0 lead here. CIF Southern Section action over Buena, first round of the CIF play. Just had the opening restart for the second half. Griffins, quick restart. Larry Strother here with Trey Charlin, former Griffin coach.
Yeah, it's great to be here for the second half. LaSalle putting pressure on early. Looks like Buena's coming out to play a little more physical in this half.
Ball sent forward. Aaron Rudick tries to run it down, but Matt, the Buena keeper, corrals it first. They quickly go up the field. But the Griffin defense has been there every time they're trying to make that long pass.
Yeah, Coach Donovan putting most of the starting 11 on the field from the first half. Only one change.
Kevin Herring, the freshman, is in place of Evan Bacani right now.
Again, Kevin scoring the second goal in the first half, so.
Evan Bacani stubbed his toe on or got it kicked, one of the two, when he made a nice move, got around the guy. Almost had an open shot on the goal.
Yeah, he's been hobbling most of the time since then. He still hasn't been quite right since taking that knock early in the first half.
Connor Fatone up quickly, the Griffins goalkeeper, the senior keeper. Gets the ball, tries to send it up the field, got it a little bit off of his leg. Manzano couldn't quite trap it, goes out of bounds. Going to be a throw-in for Buena.
Good turn out of pressure by freshman Aaron.
A little chippy there.
There's that spirited game we talked about.
Fortunately, that's minor spirit, a minor degree of spirit. Referee discusses the situation.
I think the referee, Jimmy's done a great job at keeping good control of this game. He talks to the players. He's not quick to the pocket. He goes to the pocket to the cards when he needs to, but he's done a good job at making sure everybody kind of keeps playing, stays on the field, and is able to finish on the field.
Over the years, you've seen probably all these referees at one time or another.
Yeah, I've seen a few of them, a few too many times.
Club level. Buena wanted the foul, didn't get it. Ball sent ahead. Yanez going to get there first. Can he chip it?
Quick early ball laid in behind. Oh, just wide.
Good try there by Yanez. He had the open net. Oh, I can't even speak. He had the open net.
Yeah, goalkeeper forced to come out early. Ball laid in behind. He stepped out early, put the pressure on. Forcing Ozzie to put it just wide on a little chip, but great confidence on Ozzie to take that early touch.
Griffins could have put themselves in great position 3-0 is a really tough score to come back from. 2-0's that's scary, the worst score, worst lead you could have.
Got a Buena player down. Referee's gonna stop it dead when it goes out. Come back and check on him.
It's LAHS, the junior. Been very active in this contest so far.
DJ continuing to show his experience as a player, just checking on him as he goes by.
Another good Griffin crowd right there, as you can see. Way has to make his way through it. They set aside. Here he goes with the throw-in. All the way across the face of the net. Wise tries to flick it behind him, but he couldn't quite get it. Yanez, one-on-one. Turned into another player, but somehow he keeps the ball. Don't ask me how he did that. Manzano tries to go through.
He's going simple, trying to keep it on frame, but hitting the traffic going in. But those balls can be dangerous. Can take a deflection and find itself in the back of the net either way.
A lot of legs get through there, but like you said, a lot of chances for a slight deflection, a carom.
Looks like LaSalle's chained back to the original formation, dropping one player a little bit deeper, letting Aaron sit in behind the two forwards. So they're going to go a little more defensive like they did early in the first half.
Lazy pass there by Aaron Rudick. Why not? Can they take advantage of it? Manzano was deep. This is Hyatt. Dispossessed by Sam Rudick. Nice job there. Sam tries to go forward. Couldn't quite get enough on the ball.
Yeah, Sam's continuing to be a force in that middle, winning tackles and playing simple balls forward. Not one of his better passes of the game, but
Or Yukihiro. Aaron Rudick to Manzano. Manzano down the line. Ozzy. Now to Manzano. Manzano offsides, he knew it.
yeah.
Took a quick look over at the AR to see if he'd caught it, but
Yeah, just barely offsides there. Couldn't hold his run up enough. Ball popped up on Ozzy to be able to play it over the top, and just took a little too long. Great first touch on Mazzano, but couldn't control the second touch.
nice pullback there by Hyatt. Wise steps forward.
Buena continuing to put the pressure on, try and battle their way in, but can't seem to find too many angles in behind.
They tried to slip it through to Ortiz, who is their leading scorer, but Zach Way, experienced senior, sends it out. It's going to be a throw-in. Weiss couldn't get his whole head on it. Does the job, though. Helped out by Aaron Rudick. Yanez puts the pressure on.
Good pressure.
Buena wins that round.
Unlucky touch out of bounds. But great back pressure coming in from Kevin. Defender not quite expecting the other forward to be chasing that hard and coming in.
AR calls a foul on the ground, going to be a free kick. Most I would rather have the goal kick. Matter of 5 yards, that's all. So
You can still bring the ball out a little bit when it's that deep inside the box, but linesman's forcing Zach to bring it back.
All right, so a distance of 4. But you're on one side of the field, don't have the option of going either way. Great save by Fatone there. Fatone comes up big.
Yeah, his first real opportunity Connors had to be called upon in this second half and most of the first half, but he came up big with a great save. Buena with a good ball in behind.
Obviously, down by 2. You can expect them to come in with a lot of pressure.
Yeah, they're going to continue to take chances and try and find spaces. They've pushed the player a little bit higher. Obviously, Buena has the confidence that they can score goals on LAHS, scoring 2 goals on them earlier in the season.
We're into the 7th minute of play. Rudick shielding the ball well with his body. Manzano moving forward. Corey Yukihiro coming down the left side. Kevin Herring. Aaron Rudick, nice little shield. And a one-on-one there on the left side.
Confidence of a freshman to keep running at players at the back is amazing. How calm he is and continuing to want to run at their back four.
Good pressure by Corey Yukihiro there. LaSalle's going to have a throw in. Zach Way runs up. The parents and the fans making room.
Corey continuing to be a solid back for LaSalle there. Stepping forward, winning balls early and not letting Buena out of their zone.
Nice save there by Matt, the keeper. Back to Way. Way goes forward. Matt again.
Freshman keeper continuing to show a lot of confidence.
Mentioned Corey Yukihiro. His sister Jessa was one of the captains on the Griffins' last CIF championship team. It was on the girls' side, though, in 2009. Just finished up her career at Cal State Northridge. They won the Big West last year on the girls' side.
Buena head coach is getting a little more animated on the sideline. Felt his keeper got knocked into a little bit there, wanted a call. Now he's looking for a handball call.
Yeah, I think he's going to be wanting a lot of calls the rest of the game. Inez tries to put it forward on a 1-2 to Rudick, but a little too far ahead of Aaron.
It's like Bacani and Hull getting ready to check back into the game.
Oh, pretty easy call right there. Number 11, nice push on Corey Yukihiro. Waited till he's in the air. No leverage. Wade sends it forward. Matt punches it away. Both Busa and Herring were there trying to make a play on it. Ball sent forward, but out of play. Going to be a throw-in for LaSalle on the east sideline.
And Buena's goalkeeper Matt's going to have to deal with the sun this half as it continues to drop a little bit and become a little bit more of a factor for him.
Always a factor here. What did your keepers used to say about that here?
That's what I always tried to get that side in the first half. Because late in the day, the way the sun drops here becomes a difficulty. Of course, our keeper that year, Jeremy Hall. Jeremy went on to, I think, still holds the record for shutouts at LaSalle.
Jeremy Yule that year?
Yep.
Went on to play at USF with a teammate, Cameron Kolovas, off that team.
Yeah, before he went on and played a little bit professionally over in Europe.
Did he really? How many of your former players played? I know Mikey Munoz.
Mikey Munoz went on to play. Now he's currently coaching with Chivas USA with their academy system. Jeremy went on to play. And
obviously Bornstein.
Obviously Bornstein's gone on to play.
Yukihiro having a battle in number 11. Sorry we don't have his name. The roster we have is somewhat incomplete.
Yeah, the Buena coach was spoke to him early on before the game started, you know, kind of get what he was feeling, but he didn't want to give us much information. Obviously focused on the game and trying to
Good block
his
there by
team prepared.
Ortiz. Ortiz is a very active player up front for Buena. As
Yeah,
I
he's
mentioned
been
before.
difficult. Luckily for LaSalle, they've been trying to play most of their balls in the air to him.
Great move by Bacani.
Ozzie just offsides again.
Well, if we were worried about Bacani's toe, he made a great move in that play.
Yeah, he
Nice little turn.
seems to have recovered a little bit at halftime. Maybe just needed that break.
Sent forward. Weiss controls it. Sam Rudick. Pressure by
Oh,
Yamas.
little kick. Little kick off the ball there from Buena on Sam. They're starting to get a little frustrated, Buena is.
Got away with one there. Rudick looks back at the AR. AR nods, but I guess they thought LaSalle had the advantage, and the center didn't make the call the first time, but he does the second one. Weiss fakes down the field, goes to the right side to Kloss. Kloss sends it back. Bacani chests it. Can't quite control it, though. Ortiz flying through the air. Weiss. Call for the foul.
A little ticky-tack foul.
Ref just trying to control the game there, I think, before it gets a little out of hand. A little too spirited.
A little too spirited. No, Weiss is up for Sunset League Player of the Year, for Defensive Player of the Year. So good luck to him with that. I know Coach Donovan was named Sunset League Coach of the Year.
They are the Sunset League champions. Well deserved. Kick forward by Lamas. Headed out of there by Corey Yukihiro. Manzano runs it down. Back to Kloss. Kloss, a nice kick forward. The wind got under that one a little bit. Brett Hall.
It's like they've inverted their midfield a little bit, pushing Aaron a little bit higher and tucking Ozzie and Bacante in behind him.
Yukihiro down the line. Can Yanez get to it before it goes out? No. Little slope in the ground there, even though it was a left-footed kick by Yukihiro.
Yeah, he played that a little bit more with the inside of his right foot, hooking it out of bounds. If he hits that with the left or the outside of his right foot, he'll keep that in bounds for him. But just trying to open his hips up and play it early down the line.
I'm looking at it on a TV set, it's backwards. Another conversation between the officials here.
Yeah. The linesman here that's talking to the center referee. I think he caught a little bit of the play outside. Just want to make him aware of it. Just keep an eye on it.
That's where in the World Cup games now, or most international games, the refs have the headsets. They can.
Yeah, they can.
A little conversation on the sidelines.
Yeah,
you know?
that way you can tell them early. I agree with him there, and maybe not a need to really call. It was not a whole lot of contact off the ball behind the play, but just enough to make him aware of it and keep an eye on it.
Rudick, a nice turn there. Back to Yukihiro. Right foot ahead to Aaron Rudick.
Oh, been unlucky on Aaron there. That's incidental contact.
That is a shillion. He had the land first.
Yeah, a little bit of an incidental contact. That can go either way. Referee chooses to make the call, but
the wind is now almost coming east to west again. Rudick gets away with a little push. No, he doesn't get away with it. Ortiz tries to do a quick restart. Waiting for the man to come down on the left side. That's Alfonso. Excuse me, Alonso, not Alfonso.
LaSalle continuing not to give Buena a whole lot of space. Stepping out early, trying to pressure early. Not letting them get in a rhythm. Ooh, dangerous ball. Oh.
Header flicked in.
Dangerous balls those are being served in. They're not quite a cross, not quite a shot. Goalkeepers don't know quite what to do to how to deal with that. Connor got kind of caught no man's land there. It bounced in past him.
That was number 11, whose name we don't have. It's a nice little flick, though. Alonso and another player having a little conversation with the LaSalle defense. Who's going to get back to your own side at that point. And
Buena's trying to get the ball out of the net and back to the half line so they can get the game going, get as much time in their hands. LaSalle trying to slow it down and get regrouped after giving up that goal.
DJ Weiss letting his teammates have it. Let's get calm. Let's get under control here.
Yeah, rare little mistake in the back there for LaSalle.
But as they always say, 2-0 is the most dangerous lead in sports, certainly in soccer.
Certainly in soccer, you always go into halftime, you try and talk to your players and let them know that, you know, one goal could change a game instantly. And either way, if LaSalle gets it, it puts it away. If Buena gets it, they have the confidence coming in. So you try and keep your team focused and not relax. But in soccer, 2-0 is usually a pretty good lead. But at halftime can be dangerous if you go out too confident.
We're in the 18th minute of play. Second half, LaSalle with a 2-1 lead. Way sends it forward. Evan Bacani way in the air. Pulled down by Alonso. Rudick to Brett Hall.
I think Buena's going to be happy trying to make this game a little more scrappy.
Hall outruns the player. Kloss can't get under it though. Goes out of bounds.
Referee's coming back to talk.
LaSalle gets his third yellow card. Aaron Rudick goes along with the one by Busa and the one earlier to DJ Weiss.
Aaron gets caught a little bit there. Freshman gets caught a little bit in a little activity around and off the ball. Player's getting in his head a little bit. He's got to calm down. Hopefully Coach Donovan will talk to him, get him calmed down.
And that's exactly what he was saying on the sidelines as they came off. So why are you getting involved with that? Not that he would have believed any answer that Aaron gave him. Ortiz.
Buena's starting to put the pressure on, getting a little more confident. LaSalle's got to weather this storm for a few minutes here and see if they can't get control of this game again.
Yukihiro clears it away. Good shove.
Crowd's yelling a little bit.
We're going to have a delay of game call, probably yellow there, number 4. Yes, we do. That's Hyatt, the senior midfielder.
Crowd's yelling on the sideline there a little bit. Didn't hear the referee blow his whistle and forcing them to get a little more animated.
LaSalle wanted to do a quick restart there. Hyatt prevented it.
Sometimes it's a smart play for players to do that. You take your yellow card, stop the quick restart in the counter, and
referee had stopped his whistle. Yeah, all right. He looks right there and restarted it. Otherwise, we've been facing a 50-minute half. Foul call against number 11, who's getting a little chippy here.
Yeah, Buena said trying to be a little more disruptive, play a little more physical, see if they can get LaSalle to try and bite into some of these challenges. LaSalle now starting to get a few more free kicks.
Weiss is moving forward now,
Yeah,
since they did the quick restart.
They haven't been sending him forward much in this second half, but
he was right there. Busa, oh!
Headed off the line.
Great play by Busa, great play by is that number 12? Another player we don't have in our roster.
Yeah, number 12.
We can't give the love to the Buena players today. We don't have their names.
Yeah, number 12 doing his job and backing up the goalkeeper when he decides to come off, heading that ball clear off the line. Excellent positioning.
Ortiz, we do have his name. He's been solid for Buena.
Yeah, again, I don't think Ortiz has really been able to find his rhythm because they keep trying to serve him in the air, and with the presence of DJ and Zach in the middle there, he hasn't been able to get much. When they find his feet, he's been very dangerous.
We're in the 22nd minute of play, second half. CIF Division I boys soccer. Los Alamitos, it's a 2-1 lead. Whoever wins this game will go on to play the winner of the of the Santa Margarita and the wild card game from yesterday, or from 2 days ago.
Yeah, Santa Margarita coming out of the Trinity League's always a tough opponent. Ball going out of bounds there. LAHS fans giving the player from Buena a little bit of cheering, a little bit of support.
I have a feeling they're going to be very supportive over the last 15 minutes of this contest. We are in the 24th minute. Way, low one. Headed away though.
These long throws of Way continuing to be a factor for LAHS. Very dangerous when you have a long throw like that. It can be played as a set piece.
Jeremy Kloss sends it forward. Yanez.
He's finding space. Picked him out. Oh, well defended.
Buena's done a real good job overall on Yanez when he's been in one-on-one situations.
Yeah, I think they were well aware of what he can do coming into this game, and anytime he gets the ball, they're marking him tightly, not giving a whole lot of space and getting support from the other defenders over early.
Ozzy again on the side. Buena clears it. Tough bounce there.
Ozzy's got to stay focused in this game and just keep working at it. Coach Donovan's going to need him to be sharp in the later rounds, so even if he can't find it in this game, he's got to keep working at it.
As we said earlier, just all this activity tires the other players out. Conditioning comes into play here. Los Alamitos with more fresh legs, I think.
Yeah, Los Al's done more subs than Buena has. Buena sticking primarily with their first 11, only making a few subs.
Bacani taking advantage. He's trying to get that toe, work it loose, stretch his leg.
And he continues to be kind of a little bit labored, not as pacey as he normally is.
He's had a few injuries this year. Hasn't been as injury-free as it was in the previous years. Had a great freshman and sophomore season.
Well, he doesn't have the biggest stature,
but he can jump.
He does have athletic ability. The old Picante family has been a big family in Los Al's, all been athletic.
Brother Dave played football and baseball for Los Alamitos. Played in the minor leagues for a while.
Yeah, Dave was at Los Al when I was part of my years there.
When you started coaching?
Yeah.
Were you there as an assistant before you took over as the head coach?
I was there as a JV coach first.
And then you took over for Mauricio and Gracia when Mauricio went over to Long Beach City, right?
Yeah, when Mauricio left and went over to Long Beach City, and had the pleasure of coaching with him there. I was on the guys' side when he was at the girls' side at Long Beach City as well. Obviously, he's gone on to have great success at Long Beach State.
Taking the 49ers there to the NCAA tournament a few times.
Making it to the Elite Eight a couple years ago.
Yeah. I think they lost to Duke in that final game. Ahead. Hits Yanez on the back. Ball goes right by Miss Yukihiro, who doesn't do a good job of stopping it, but fortunately her son Corey does. Quite the stretch, but what the heck. 27th minute of play right now. Griffins need to stay in front for 13 more minutes. They'd love to add a goal, but certainly don't give up one.
Sure, it's always dangerous as a coach now at this stage of the game. Do you start to drop back a little bit more and defend and get out of this game with a 2-1 win? Or do you keep the pressure on and keep attacking? It's you sit back too far, you could give up some opportunities, and maybe Buena can capitalize on it. But if you don't continue to put pressure on them, then it'll be difficult to get that securing goal for you.
Alonso is going to have to step out with the yellow card. That looked like it could have been worse. I don't know if he slipped. It certainly came down hard on Bacani.
Yeah, he definitely went through his back. A little worried of Bacani if he turns him and went straight through his back to end the play there, but maybe a little too hard. Put him in a dangerous position.
Mentioned Evan Bacani, second Bacani. Well, actually, Dave probably played soccer here too. But Evan's sister Jazzy played for the LaSalle Griffins, 3-year varsity player.
Yeah, I don't know that Dave played soccer. I think he was a football and a baseball guy. No, quite the.
Went to the College World Series with Cal State Fullerton.
Yeah.
Was an all-CIF football player.
Yeah, tremendous speed, just like Evan. Tremendous speed, tremendous change of direction.
Zach Way going to take the corner kick. Set plays. Let's see if LaSalle can convert on it. Brett Hall trying to occupy the goalie. White's got his head on it, but wide.
Goal kick.
Goal kick, Banana, I guess, out of bounds and then back in play.
Yeah, DJ continues to be a dominant force in the air, winning the ball both in the back for LaSalle and on set pieces going forward. A little unlucky not to have that goal in the first half.
Sam Rudick anticipated the play. Connie couldn't control it.
And Evan continuing to hobble after any little contact. I know Coach Donovan's going to be keeping a tight eye on that. Try and keep him in as long as you can, but with the lead here, you got to be worried about him for the next game. So be looking for him to be maybe coming out shortly.
Big game, even though there's no school at Los Alamitos today. Great turnout from the student body and the administrators. Teacher planning day. And as you say, Bacani's coming off. One of the heroes of today's game, though, is going to come right in. That's Kevin Herring. Scored a goal. This is Griffin's second goal, the freshman. Late in the first half.
Yeah, I've known Kevin for a while. He's not a player who lacks confidence, so even though he's young, he will come in and continue and having that goal.
Got good size for a freshman, too.
Yeah, he's always had good size.
Not like a lot of freshmen who don't have a lot of bulk on them yet. Get pushed around on the boys' side by the seniors. Mazzano. Sam Rudick. Back to Mazzano. Goes ahead to Herring, who's chucked. No call. Herring can't keep control of it, though. Kloss nails Herring. Over to Sam Rudick.
Yeah, Kloss, much like Corey on the outside.
Going to make another run, just like he did in the first half. Can he get by him? Let's go. Yes, he's got some space. Yes, beautiful goal. Sam Rudick, excellent, outstanding play.
Picked that ball up just inside the LaSalle half and put his head down and ran at him again. Finding space in. He's very tough one-on-one. He can change directions. What a finish with that left foot.
That was a beautiful play. You could just see when he saw the opening space. Everybody's the right side of the defense, the back line for Buena had to beware of Ozzie over there. Open up space.
Yeah, he found the gap between the center backs and ran straight through it. His brother Aaron's looking to get subbed here.
Did he get hurt in the pile over there?
Yeah, I think he took a little knock and that ball popped out. Coach Donovan, I know, has had a lot of confidence in Sam Rudick this year. Putting him in that position, put a lot of pressure on him. Stepping up big on that one, getting that securing goal. Make it difficult for Buena at this point to come back.
Probably the loudest cheers on that side. The whole phalanx of the Rudick and Gorman family. Lou Rudick was a Hall of Fame football player at Beverly Hills High School.
Yeah,
nice move there by Ozzie.
Oh, he's getting the call. have gone either way, I think. He's a little off balance. There was a little bump. It caught him a little off balance. But Ozzy did well to sell the call to the referee.
Buena's going to set their wall 1 yard away. Obviously, the referee will move them back.
Donovan looking to run a little set play here, organizing his players.
Hyatt has already got 1 warning for disrupting play. The ref's not going to do anything until it's requested by Los Alamitos to give him a chance for the quick start.
Yeah, I mean, although when he went to take the quick restart, when the Buena player showed encroachment there and came towards the ball, he could have given a card. But now asking for 10, they're going to set it up a little bit more. Coach Donovan changing up. Zach's going to take the free kick.
If Way can get that ball to that wall.
Oof.
Had a rebound, but.
Yeah, the free kick, you got to make sure you beat the wall. Can't knock it straight in the wall.
We're in the 33rd minute, late into the 33rd minute.
Zach, another Def Touch product, used to come and train there quite a bit when he was before he transferred over from Valley Christian High School.
Came here last year as a junior. Made an immediate impact on the Griffin defensive program. Tough chuck right there.
Yeah, Buena's got to stop giving up these set pieces. La Salle's dangerous on the set pieces.
When the players do that, you ever seen somebody just say, if they're going to stand there, I'm going to kick it as hard as I can into them from 1 yard away?
Yeah, you have, and that generally falls into that spirited game we were talking about earlier. If players going to continue to do that, you're going to, and if they're not dropping in high school, obviously you got to give an automatic 10 yards. You're supposed to have to do it without asking. So if you can play it off of them early like that, you might even be able to get a card out of it.
Matt kicks it forward. Good distance on it. Corey Yukihiro heads it forward. A little flick on. Good presence there.
Should be La Salle's ball.
And the referees agree with you, Trey. Both of them.
Doesn't happen often.
Hits the car. The alarm goes off. Here on the sidelines here, I don't know if you heard that the school had recently had approved by the state architect a new all-weather track. They're going to put a full-size field in the middle.
That's great news. I know it's been a long time project, one you've been involved in throughout the years, and it's been a long time project. It's great to see you have it. Such a school with strong athletic history and background and everything, and to have now facilities that will match that.
I'm kind of a mixed mind because this is such a great place to play with the fans right on the field. Park-like setting.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have that in an all-weather track, and unfortunately we don't have space for stands over there.
Nah, I was the coach that moved the program over here to Laurel to kind of have that separate atmosphere, and it's a tight field, and like you said, gives you an atmosphere that's harder to find on a big campus.
When you guys had the field, how wide did you keep it?
We went 80 wide, actually.
I thought you guys were really wide.
Yeah, we went 110 by 80. We had the players that could A, run, and B, keep the ball, possess it a lot. So we wanted the width. So we ran 80 yards wide, and would find space and go at teams. But when the girls decided to move over, originally the girls continued playing at La Salle and didn't follow us over here. When they decided to move over, the field was narrowed up a little bit so both teams can play.
Yeah, there was about a 4-year period. The girls played here when they won a couple CIF championships back in the 90s. I remember coming some games here.
Yeah.
And then for about 3 or 4 years, they decided to play always at La Salle.
Yeah, so they...
And that's about what time you came in. And
switched it on, brought the boys team back over here.
We're watching some soccer games on TV with Dangerous Dan Turan and Walt Ackerman doing the commentary.
Yeah. Both big Booster Club involvement.
Dan Turan. Steve Turan was one of your
yeah, Steve
defenders.
Turan was our starting center back the year we won CIF. A solid defender for us, a long-time player for LaSalle.
Jamie Ackerman, one of your goalies?
Yeah, Jamie Ackerman had the shutout record before it was taken away by his understudy his senior year, Jeremy Yule. So back-to-back years, the goalkeeper set the shutout records at LaSalle.
Not a bad thing to have. Okay, here's Way with another throw-in across the block there. Yanez tries to get a hold of it. He can't. Di Matteo.
Yeah, Di Matteo back in the game.
Sam Ruda, good speed there. Running down. Back to DJ Weiss. Weiss couldn't quite get all of it. Goes off of his foot.
Donovan going with his real young group here.
We're in the 38th minute. Late in the 38th. Ozzy Yanez, can he outrun number 14? Yes, he can.
Got some inside. Oh, looking at just lost his footing a little bit there. Jeffrey Weiss, younger brother of DJ.
Yanez again. Tries to go forward to Herring.
Charlie Ross finds space in behind. Goalkeeper did well to come out and meet it. But what a great diagonal run in behind by Charlie Ross.
Good vision by Yanez to recognize that, though, and make a nice pass.
Now Donovan kind of showing his young group here what he's got to come in the future for next year.
Giving him good CIF experience, too.
Yeah, it's great if you can get players early round experience.
We are in the 39th minute. Across. Yanez tried to do a running kick.
Zach tipping it in. Could be dangerous. Oh. Matt forced to tip it over the bar. Not quite sure if it's going to clear. Oh, go.
The AR said it was already behind the that he didn't touch it, I guess. I couldn't tell if he did or not.
Yeah, looked like he got a little touch to me, but referee and linesman agree that no touch, or it was already out when he touched it. They did well to cover that and make sure it was over the bar. LaSalle dropping in a little bit. They're going to sub first, but they're not pressuring as high as they were.
Ozzy Yanez comes off, gets a nice round of applause from the Griffin fans. And John Henry Herron checks into the game.
Again, Ozzy maybe didn't find himself on the scoreboard so far yet today, but did a lot of work.
Jeff Weiss heads it forward. Di Matteo trying to run it down. Goes out.
Could put a lot more pressure on LaSalle back forward with the young players. They're going to have to stay real organized, give them a lot of information.
Ross ahead to Herron. Herron makes a move around, takes a shot.
Ooh.
Gets a lot of it, but just, again, high.
Buena getting the ball in play right away. John Henry, again, like you said, finding space to get a shot off, but to hit it just a little bit over.
Good play there by Weiss. Somehow came out of the scrum with possession of the ball.
Showing his experience, and after playing, organizing which direction he wants the ball to go.
Very selective when he makes his moves forward. It's always very efficient with his choices.
Yeah, he's been a long leader for them. Watching that kid grow up and become the player he is now it's been a lot of fun for me, and he's been a tremendous leader for him this year, for Coach Donovan as well as in the past. Even though he didn't have the captain role and things like that in the past, I know all the players really respect him.
Referee stops the clock. Yellow card on the number 6.
You got number 6 gets the yellow card, and he was the one involved earlier in a little bit of off play with Sam Ruddock, a little kick there off behind the ball, and I think the frustration's coming the best of him.
Got another one, and he's saying he's held a player right there, okay, and the coach is not having any of it.
Yeah, I think he got the yellow card for dissent, saying a little too much to the referee, showing his frustration.
That should probably do it for him today for the action. We are now going into the 42nd minute.
Yeah,
How much extra time do we have?
I think you're going to have at least 3 minutes of extra time today.
Yukihiro forward to Di Matteo. Di Matteo gets around, going down the baseline.
Oh, he's looking for contact. Oh, and it earns a corner.
Let's see the baseline. You can tell my basketball background there. The goal line, touch line. What? No, the touch line's the sideline, right?
Yeah, touchline side, inline.
Inline.
He got a little bump there. He almost went down. He was maybe looking to go for the PK there, but decided to stay on his feet.
Probably didn't know if he'd get the chance to shoot the PK and wanted the goal to make his move, you know?
Looking to have that Di Matteo celebration we know and love.
Are they just going to do a time waste there in the corner?
Yeah, I think
Quite
they'll probably try and hold the ball a little bit there, like you said. No need to play it too far in and try and give up a counterattack opportunity.
Di Matteo back to Corey Yukihiro. Yukihiro back to Di Matteo.
Oof. Oh, and a PK.
Oh, we have a little goalie.
John
Freshman
Henry.
goalie. Red card for the goalie.
Yeah.
LAHS players should not, they're pulling.
Yeah, most of the players are trying to keep it calm. But there's that spirited game you were talking about. John Henry earning the PK, getting shoved after the play. I couldn't see, though, if John Henry got involved in that little push.
I think the keeper came out and pushed Di Matteo, who he pushed.
Yeah, he shoved John Henry to the ground. I think he felt maybe embellished the tackle a little bit there and flopped, and they don't have a keeper, so they're just throwing a field player in. Backup keeper on the sidelines a little frustrated for Buena that he's not getting put in the game at this situation.
Coach is explaining, I need to have somebody on the field to attack.
But
how much time do you have when you have a red card and you're sent off?
How much time do you have?
Well, the referee, obviously he didn't have time to warm up, but just.
No, he's going to have to come straight in the game, or they're going to have to get the field player another jersey. He can't be in the same jersey as the field player, so.
That's the biggest thing, yeah.
Yep, here comes the backup goalkeeper now. So they're going to have to sub a field player off and bring him in.
They're playing with 10 players now.
So number 3 coming off for Buena. He's the one that's tactically being sacrificed for Buena to bring in a goalkeeper. Tough situation to come in for straight into a PK in a 3-1 game.
DJ Weiss telling everybody on the Griffin team, stay back, stay back.
DJ, despite stepping up ready to take the PK, still concerned about if he misses what can happen on the counter. Always being a captain and leading this LAHS team.
There he is right there. You see him?
Yeah, he's continuing to tell the fans to quiet down and relax.
Obviously, the Buena coach there in the background is not exactly thrilled by it, but.
No, talking to the linesman there.
Weiss steps forward to take the kick.
Matt showing a little bit of his freshman inexperience we talked about earlier, getting frustrated.
Done a good job, though. He's kept Buena in this game to a great degree.
He has done a great job at going out. When a coach pulling his players in to talk to him, I think he's just trying to get everybody calmed down and relaxed.
And Weiss. Puts that one away.
Weiss doing a great job playing the ball high right-hand side for him. Just tucking away, not much the goalkeeper could do in that situation. Showing his experience and calm and patience.
So we're in the 47th minute right now. My guess is that whistle is going to blow very soon.
Yeah, Coach Donovan making a sub here.
Going to get Kenny Duramos in the game. Duramos had a goal in senior day. Would love to add one here, but I don't think the Griffins are going to have too much of an attacking mode. He replaces Sam Rudick. Gets a nice round of applause from the fans.
Yeah, Sam,
good hug there from Donovan.
Yeah, Sam coming off, getting a great round of applause from the fans. And a much-deserved hug from Coach Donovan. Keep our eye on the referee as he continues to check his watch a little bit for the time.
Griffin's got to be careful here with the chippiness that's been going on. They don't want to get injured. 4-2 lead.
Well played. Excellent play by Corey. Just simply play it off him, win the throw-in. Eat a few more seconds off the clock.
Referee is looking at his watch right now. Putting the whistle to the mouth. And there it is,
That's
the end of the game.
Whistle.
So you've been looking at your text here and there. You been getting any scores anywhere from?
No, I haven't been getting any updates, unfortunately, from some of the other games.
Come on, Trey. We have you here for a reason. Besides your soccer knowledge, you know. Well, what's your take on the game? Obviously, good that LaSalle won. LaSalle wins. Good.
Yeah, it's a great result for Coach Donovan, the boys at LaSalle. You know, he had a game plan of trying to step in and switch up his formation as the game went on and kind of be disruptive. Look to find space for Evan Bacanti and Ozzy, and I think he did that well. To get the young players to step up and score goals like they did is excellent. That's what you need to go far in CIF. You got to get big plays from players who, you know, normally maybe haven't been doing it for you all year.
They, I think, you know, with the pressure Ozzy put on early on, it starts showing towards the end. I mean, Ozzy and Bacani both. They didn't get the goals themselves, but made Buena use up a lot of energy, a lot of their legs.
No, the back four for Buena had to do a lot of work, especially early in this game. And it definitely tired down, and you bring in young, fresh legs. It's tough to chase those guys around.
All right, well, we're going to take a break right now, but we're going to come back. We're going to interview Coach Donovan Martinez and some of the seniors. So we will see you in a few minutes.
Worthington LAHS Insurance Services has been serving your area for over 20 years. Our friendly staff will work with you to come up with a policy that works best for you. We work with Mercury, Safeco, Progressive, Fireman's Fund, and the Hartford. We offer coverage for auto and home insurance for homeowners, condos, and renters. We also offer commercial and business insurance, including commercial property, general liability, and more. Call Worthington LAHS Insurance Services at 562-795-5744.
All right, we're back here at Laurel High School where the Griffins have just defeated Buena 4-1, first round CIF action. It was Donovan Martinez. Donovan, a good way to start off the CIF playoffs.
Definitely a good way to start off the CIF playoffs. Very talented team that we played against. They're crafty up top. Very good team, but I thought we played well today.
Everything that you guys had in your game plan, it went well?
Not everything. There's things we can always improve on. But I thought we did a good job towards the end of the half of punching in a couple goals and finishing. And I think we really did a good job defensively in our back four as far as keeping shape, making sure that we limit their opportunities. And then when things started to get chippy, things started to get ugly, we were able to stay above that and hold ourselves to a little bit better, a higher standard. And I thought we did very well keeping composed when all that started to happen.
A couple of those guys in the back four with me right here, Zach Way, DJ Weiss. You guys are so composed back there. I mean, I've seen a lot of high school action here. You guys are one of the most composed units I've ever seen back there. So how does that come about?
I think it's a lot of the chemistry. It kind of develops as the year goes on. You know, you start, you're not really sure, and then as the year goes on, you get stronger and stronger. So every game we continue to gel as a unit, and the more we gel as a unit, the better we're going to play out of the back.
Got a great save out of goalie Connor Fatone. That was an amazing save you had, second half action there.
Yeah, there's as a keeper, there's times you got to come up big, and that was just one of those times. I didn't do much throughout the game, but I did what I had to do, and we stayed strong.
Probably welcome last year when this guy transferred over from Valley Christian. It's like Zach Way. It's like you fit in right, very comfortable there in the back.
Yeah, it was definitely weird coming over here in the beginning, but once I started practicing and playing with everyone welcomed me really well, and I love it here.
How long can you do those throw-ins? What's the far? Have you ever gone all the way across the goal face?
Yeah, I've hit back posts a couple times.
All right. It wouldn't count if it went in indirectly, though, right? So you're very careful not to do that too often.
Yeah.
All right. I know Trey's over here. Trey, you're with Ozzie Inez. It's kept the defenders of the other team very occupied today.
Yeah, Ozzie, I spoke to Coach Donovan before the game, and he felt you were going to be one of the keys to this game and really try and get you involved early. Saw a little frustration as the game went on for you, maybe not finding the opportunities you wanted. But what can you build from this game, and what do you think you brought to this game?
Well, I think.
Don't cover up the antenna right there. Okay? The bottom's the antenna.
Well, at first it was frustrating because I wasn't finding the ball a lot, but then as my teammates, the underclassmen, they really stepped up. They stepped up for me, and yeah, pretty much took over. And just as the game went by, just started doing what I can do, and so it is.
Yeah, I mean, especially I think your work rate up front was able to wear their back four down and allow the young players to come in and get some goals. How do you feel being the senior guy and being able to do that for the young players?
It feels great because.
Let him hold it.
Okay.
He's the announcer.
It feels great because they know how to contribute and they take really responsibility even though they're underclassmen, and just yeah.
Good. Well, excellent. Good luck the next round. Where's Sam at?
Come on up, Sam. Right.
Sam, also, you know, you've been a bit of solid rock for the team all year long and have a role to really win the ball in the back and hold kind of that middle. But occasionally you find opportunities to go forward, and you had 2 great opportunities in this game to do so. What do you think that's going to continue to do for you?
I think it's going to continue to open up space and really start to build team chemistry and allow us to be more comfortable with ourselves. And overall, just give a better team effort.
How's it feel playing with your younger brother sitting in front of you?
It's a miracle. I've dreamed of playing with him for the last 3 years. I've been waiting for my senior year so I can get a good year with him.
He did well, and obviously with your guidance, he's going to continue to be a good player for this program. All right, good luck to you in the next round.
Thank you.
All right, I want to give all the seniors a chance to say something over here. All right, Corey, you can hear us. Step up here. All right, a quick thing, because we got to give everybody. You played great today. A little spirited over there on the sideline, but don't get into that too much. But
no, I'm a hard player, and people tend to make me mad, so I tend to hit back.
All right, back here. Come on, give a shout out to everybody there, really quickly. Say your name. And
shout out LAHS boys and LAHS girls. Go hard in the paint.
Have the girls over there reading section. All right, over here. Kenny DeRamos had a goal against Mountain Valley.
Oh yes, yeah.
So,
yep.
Want to say anything to the camera?
Yeah. Shout out to Sarah Sanger, Kirsten, and Allie Emmons for coming out and supporting us.
All right. Mr. Boots, you had a good game today there.
Well, yeah, kind of good. But I'd like to say that as we come together as a unit, we've become like more of a team, and as we come as a team, we have risen to new heights, and it's great. It's wonderful.
All right, and Luis Manzano, you had a really solid game in the midfield. Kind of quiet, but you kept pretty busy overall there.
Yeah, it's all cool here. We just got to keep playing good and just keep talking. You just got to be chill when the pressure's on. And thanks for everybody coming out and support, even though we didn't have school today. And just thank you.
All right. Well, there you have it. The seniors, LaSalle, they won today 4-1. They move on to second round CIF action. You have heard who won? Don't know yet? They don't play till 5, Santa Margarita? Okay. Who are they playing? Laguna Hills. They're playing Laguna Hills. All right. Hopefully we'll be back with another game. LaSalle Griffins on LaSalle TV. Today, Division I soccer playoffs. Griffins, 4-1 winners over Buena. See you next time. Thank you, Trey Charlotte.
Larry, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Charlotte. You're welcome.